If you have a startup, actually establishing a great relationship with the bank is actually quite essential. And in today's conversation, I want to share with you the best banks for startups when it comes to checking accounts, business savings account, loans, lines of credit, or what have you. So here's a review I want you to pay attention to. So the first institution I want you to really reach out to if you are a startup and you want to have a business checking account or another kind of relationship is BlueVine. So BlueVine Business Checking is a great account, and this is actually our pick for high yield checking and business line of credit. So BlueVine has specialized over the last 10 years when it comes to business line of credit. They can actually approve you up to $250,000. So not only so they will give you a business checking account, but also approve you for a business line of credit. And their business checking account for your startup, actually you can open everything online. Okay, there's no need to go to go to a branch or whatever. No, you can actually have your bank account open ASAP. And the cool thing about BlueVine is that no monthly fees or minimum opening deposit. You have unlimited fee-free transactions, no overdraft fees, and you can earn 2% interest on account balances up to and including $250,000. And you can access up to $3 million in FDIC insurance when insured cash sweep. And there are no fees at 37,000 MoneyPass ATMs. You have free incoming wires and low outgoing wire transfer fees. And you also have sub accounts. That's what we love with BlueVine. They have introduced the concept of sub accounts. So those sub accounts help users set funds aside for specific purposes. The second account I want to share with you is the Chase Business Complete Checking. This is a great bank for Chase is a great bank for startups. It's a great bank for all kinds of small businesses anyway. And this is actually our pick for full service business banking. So Chase is actually a giant when it comes to banking in this country. So they have branches all over the place. So that's really good. And so we love the fact that Chase remains the largest bank in the U.S. with nearly $2.5 trillion in domestic assets. And this is really cool. So its massive size translates into an extensive range of business banking products that can serve your startup from day one to year 10 and beyond. So that's really good in terms of possibilities. So Chase is a great bank for a startup. Boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. Next, I want to talk to you about Axos Bank Basics Business Checking, and this is a great bank for is a great bank for startups, and this is actually our pick for 24/7 customer support. So, if you are a startup or a startup owner or an entrepreneur, and you want to have a bank that can give you 24/7 customer support, you will love Axos Bank. Axos Bank is really cool because it is primarily an online bank that really caters a lot to startups, and unlike many business banks, Axos has live phone support all day, every day. I'm talking about even at midnight, you call, somebody will pick up. So this full service, fully digital bank offers a free online business checking account, payroll and merchant services, and small business loans. Okay, and so this is really cool. And Axos can also accommodate and insure deposits far beyond the standard FDIC limit of a $250,000. So when we talk about Axos, we are speaking about no monthly fees or minimum opening deposit, unlimited fee-free transactions and free incoming wires, automatic refunds of all ATM fees. But those refunds only apply to domestic ATM fees, cash deposits via MoneyPass and all points ATMs. You have 24/7 customer support. I just said that before, and in some cases, Axos has a welcome bonus for new customers. So this is really cool. The fourth bank I want to share with you is Bank of America Business Advantage Fundamentals Banking. And Bank of America is another giant when it comes to business banking in this country, besides Chase. And so Bank of America offers startups an array of digital tools with a personal touch. And so Bank of America Business Checking customers work with a dedicated support team of small business specialists and can use their account's digital tools to track transactions and generate cash flow projections. So if you are interested in having a clear idea about your cash inflows and cash outflows, Bank of America, this Bank of America Business Advantage Fundamentals is a great concept. So we love the fact that you have a fee-free electronic transactions, You have high cash deposit limits. I mean, this is a Bank of America is a major bank in this country, so that's really cool. And business accounts can be opened entirely online. You don't have to visit a Bank of America branch, local branch, to actually open this account. If you are looking for a startup, a bank for a great bank for a startup, Bank of America is such an institution. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about the best banks for startups this year. Next, I want to share with you Grasshopper business checking account. This is actually our pick for a free business checking with high APYs and cashback rewards. So if you are interested in an annual percentage yield APY, you will love Grasshopper. Now, Grasshopper is actually this is an entirely online bank. It's a digital bank, and so we love that. And Grasshopper is a bank's free high yield business checking has up to 2.25% when it comes to APY. So that's really good. And you have a 1% cashback on qualified debit card purchases. And this is really cool. And Grasshopper sweetens the pot with startup friendly features like built in bookkeeping tools and in house experts that actually offer advice on navigating investor meetings and raising capital. So if you are interested in having an all in one sort of offer, this is really cool to really consider. And what we love about Grasshopper is the fact that they give you the full suite of accounting tools or bookkeeping tools for that matter. And they have actually let's say a partnership with QuickBooks, Wave, and Zero to kind of help you have a clear idea about your accounting. So your startups, if you have a startup and you are interested in having like a better visibility into your accounting, especially when it comes to your financial statements. We're speaking about your balance sheets, your statement of owner's equity, your income statements, and your cash flow statements. Basically, Grasshopper has a suite of tools that can really help you actually get things done a lot faster. So when we talk about Grasshopper, the pros here, you have unlimited 1% cashback on qualified debit card purchases. That's really good. You can earn up to 2.25% APY. Can you imagine that? I mean, in this environment, 2.25 is pretty 2.25% is pretty high. I mean, you go to a regular banks where you're speaking about 1%, or in some cases you have the concept of a negative interest rate. So actually you are paying the bank to actually keep your money for you. And for this account, you have no monthly fees or overdraft charges, and you have free built-in bookkeeping software. So that's really great to think about. Now, the only thing is we don't like with this account is that you cannot deposit cash, and you have $100 minimum opening deposits, and there is no weekend support. So this is really something to think about. Next, you have U.S. Bank Silver Business Checking. Now, U.S. Bank is not a major, it's not a national bank such as Bank of America or Chase. But the cool thing is that it's a major player in the geographies where it is actually present. Okay, and we love the fact that U.S. Bank has a great welcome bonus and business and an area of business loans. So that's really good. And we are speaking here about the possibilities. With U.S. Bank, we are speaking about possibilities. You have a free cash deposits up to $2,500 a month. Now there is a minimum opening deposit of $100, and this account for startups has no monthly fees. Okay, so that's really good. Now the welcome offer will draw you in, earn up to you can earn up to $100, and this is kind of cool. Now there are, sorry, not $100, $800. That's the bonus. And but one thing you have to be aware of is that the overdraft fees can actually negate this bonus here, because they're charging you. U.S. Bank is charging you $36 per every overdraft occurrence. So be very careful if you are going with this account. You want to actually balance your books and make sure that you always have an excess of cash in your account. But that's good. That's really good. You know, you can earn up to $800 bonus when you open a new eligible U.S. Bank business checking accounts online. That's really cool. And you can actually like what we love is that this bank is great for startups because there are no monthly service fees for silver business checking accounts. There's a welcome bonus for new customers, no fees at 4,700 U.S. Bank ATMs, and access to 2,900 branches Think about it. That's really cool. And no fees if the account is overdrawn by $50 or less. So they're not going to actually charge you the $36 that I spoke about a little earlier if the account is not overdrawn by a large amount. So that's really cool. The only bummer here is that you have a low cash deposit limits. Term and fees are not easily accessible via the bank's website. You're going to have to contact the company to have more information. And there's a limit of 125 fee-free transactions per month. And there is a $1 actually fee for outgoing domestic ACH transfers. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about the best banks for startups. Next, I want to share with you a Mercury Business Bank account. This is another great bank for startups, and this is actually our pick for high FDIC insurance limits and venture debt financing. So, if you're interested in venture debt financing and you're a startup and you want to actually expand your area of credit financing suites or credit financing avenues, you might want to explore what Mercury Bank is actually offering. Okay. And this account has no monthly fee, no minimum opening deposits. You have free, in some cases, you might have a free cash deposits, and but there are no overdraft fees. We love Mercury because Mercury is an online business checking accounts and savings accounts use sweep networks via Mercury's partner banks to provide FDIC insurance on up to $5 million in deposit. Think about it. I mean, the traditional FDIC insurance is $250,000, but through the sweep process, you can insure up to $5 million. And Mercury also offers venture debt financing that can help startups fund growth without sacrificing equity. So that's really cool. And Mercury deposits are FDIC insured through a Choice Financial Group and Evolve Bank and Trust. Let's quickly go through the pros and cons of this player here. The pros first. No monthly fees or minimum opening deposit. So that kind of flexibility is really cool because when it comes to banks for startups, a lot of banks they're more on the cautionary side because they don't know what's really happening, and they might actually impose a higher opening deposit. But the Mercury is not really doing that. You have unlimited fee-free transactions. There are no overdraft fees, and you have free domestic and international wire transfers. And also when it comes to Mercury, you have a whole constellation of advanced digital tools including API access to automate and customize your banking. So if you are interested, if you are a startup founder and you love to automate certain things as part of your process, you will love what Mercury is offering. And the only disappointing fact about this account is that you cannot deposit cash, and Mercury is not part of a fee-free ATM network. Another account I want to share with you when it comes to the best banks for startups is a Live Oak Bank Business Savings. And so this is our pick for a dedicated business savings account and SBA loans. So if you are interested in, like let's say your startups, and this is a lucky position to be in, that your startup is actually generating excess cash, and you want to open a business savings account, you will love what Live Oak Bank Business Savings is actually offering. Okay, and Live Oak is an online only bank headquartered in North Carolina. While it's currently not opening new business checking accounts, the bank's savings account is the real star with a high APY and a low barrier to entry. So we are speaking about no monthly fees or a minimum balance required. So when it comes to no minimum balance required, that's really cool because it really introduces an extra layer of flexibility when it comes to the account, the account itself. So beyond its business accounts, Live Oak is also consistently among the most active lenders in the Small Business Administration's 7A program. So your startup may not qualify for an SBA 7A loan if it hasn't already been around for a couple of years, but starting a relationship with Live Oak now could get you your foot in the door if financing might be a possibility for you in the future. And we love the fact that with Live Oak, you have an industry-leading APY, no minimum balance to earn interest, no monthly fee or minimum deposits, and you have access up to $10 million in FDIC insurance with the Insured Cash Sweep. Another account I want to share with you is the Brex business account. So this is actually our pick for large deposits and venture-backed startups. So the cool thing about Brex is that, and the account is called the Brex Cash. This is a cash management account for venture-backed startups and mid-market companies that includes a corporate card with daily and monthly repayment options. That's the Brex card that we have actually talked about on this show before, and this is an EIN only business card. You can put your Brex Cash funds in an uninvested deposit account and a money market mutual fund. You pick the allocation. Uninvested cash is spread across multiple banks, maximizing FDIC insurance protection. Invested cash is funneled to a government money market mutual fund. As your startup grows, you can scale up with Brex, which also offers expense management, financial modeling tools, and venture debt financing. So that's really cool. And Brex deposits are insured by a network of banks, including Chase, Axos, and Lending Club, and funds held in a money market account are kept with the Bank of New York Mellon. So that's really cool. So fantastic opportunity here. So I want to give you the steps you need to really follow to choose the best bank for your startup. I mean, you might be thinking, well, this is actually this is not a rocket science. It is not, but it really helps to be methodical, to have a strategy in place before you choose a startup business bank. The best banks for startups typically offer a free business checking account or one with minimal fees that can be waived. Separating personal and business finances is actually one of the first steps to take when starting a business. So a free or low-cost checking account makes doing that easy. So access to such an account should be your baseline when choosing a bank for your new business. And from there, you want to look for the following. So you want to look for tools to help fill gaps or streamline your operations. Remember, when you are a startup, you are actually creating the foundation, the future foundation for your business. And right now, nothing else is already structured. So having an extra layer of structuring can help you out. So having tools to help fill gaps or streamline your operations are really important. You also want to have tools that helps you get a seamless integration with popular business software. We're speaking about QuickBooks accounting, for instance. You can have Zoho, for instance, for project management or sales. You can have MailChimp for email marketing, and so on and so forth. You also want to have an institution that offers additional banking products, because the whole thing is that you are not just, if you're a startup, you shouldn't be just choosing a bank because they offer a business checking account. You also have to think about things like savings account. You have to think about things like MMA, so money market accounts, CDs, so business CDs, certificate of deposits, and also a whole area of financing products. We are speaking about a business line of credit, a business loan, a startup merchant financing arrangements, or so on and so forth. You want to have ample protection for your deposits. So we are speaking about having the traditional FDIC insurance. And so the insurance cap is $250,000 per depositor, per institution, per ownership category. And you also want to have sweep accounts that leverage a network of banks. So this is kind of cool because you are able to actually reduce your risk should something were to happen. So banks in the IntraFi network can offer two different services: Insured Cash Sweep Service, or ICS, and Certificate of Deposit Account Registry Service, or CDARS, that actually spread your deposits across multiple financial institutions within the network. So that's really cool. And no more than $250,000 in principal and interest is kept with any one bank. So you can have full FDIC insurance on millions of dollars in deposits. So that's really cool. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. Let's quickly do a recap of the best banks for startups. Number one, you have business. You have BlueVine. Number two, Chase. Number three, Axos. Number four, Bank of America. Number five, Grasshopper. Number six, US Bank. Number seven, Mercury. Number eight, Live Oak. Number nine, Brex Business Account. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.